I frequently forget the sleeve of balls in my trunk or a glove in the back seat or my hat. I leave my hat in there, because I go every week. So I just leave random shit
Uh-huh.
in the trunk,
Right.
stuff that I may need. And usually I do. I should just pack it all in my golf bag. But it takes me forever to get ready to go anywhere. I feel like. Sit down, do the podcast. I mean, I kept you waiting for like 20 minutes. I apologize.
Dude, that's no worries at all.
But everybody, we're back in the studio this time. Welcome in Mait, episode 29. Fantastic. One of the highest rated episodes of the Slanted Attic experience and one of the most listened. I think you're in the top 5.
Oh, no way.
So we're
That's
excited
awesome.
to have you back.
Glad to be
here. The sound is just so crisp, dude. Your
Oh,
voice
yeah.
sounds good, and we're excited to have you. So, update since last time. You said you just finished first year.
Yep.
What's going on since we chatted last?
Oh my gosh, so much has happened. Finished the first year of med school. What a grind that was. Absolutely, like, kicked my ass the last few months.
Yeah.
But just kind of grinding my way through it, and haven't been enjoying the summer since. Been doing some research in cardiology. Been playing a lot of golf. Going to the beach. Just kind of enjoying myself because I know come July 28th I go back. I'm gonna go right back into the library, right back into the books.
Oh yeah. So
for
what's
the
the second half of the semester look like? Much more intense. It seems like because like it's not like in undergrad, right? You don't have like finals. Is it?
Yeah,
It's
there's
different?
no finals per se, but so like your second year is kind of abbreviated.
Sure.
So I'll go late July, early August until mid-January, and then that'll be my last class. And then from January to March, we'll have to start studying for our first board, which we can take anywhere between that. So like that's our big final, right?
Oh
So
sure.
that's everything we've learned in the first 2 years condensed into like just like one gigantic test, I guess.
So do you get your like board certification through that? And how often do you have to retake those tests or redo something? Right, you have to redo a certification.
Yeah, so like once you become a physician, there'll be like reteaching, recertifications that you do every certain amount of years, depending on what your specialty is. But for med students, you have the first board, which is called STEP. So like you have step 1 at the end of your second year, and then your end of your third, kind of beginning of your fourth year, you'll take step 2, and then the final step will be after your intern year during residency. I think I haven't even thought that far ahead.
I would, yeah, that'd scare me, bro. That shit's intense, from what I've heard.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you got to know this stuff.
Oh, sure. But I can't imagine being thrown into residency after that. I mean, I feel like it's a lot of buildup, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, you really don't want to go to the hospital in July because that's when all the new residents start. So actually, this past week is probably the worst
I didn't know that.
week ever to go to the hospital because all the new interns have literally just started their first week as being a doctor and whatever they're doing, which I always find it funny because 4th of July is always such a madhouse in the hospital anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the amount of people that blew their hands off with fireworks or something terrible like that. And then you walk in the hospital, it's like, it's my first day.
Oh, man. I'm surprised nobody got hurt at our fireworks display. We were in Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, nice. How's that?
Phenomenal. But, people bring their own fireworks. I don't think there's like an association or something the city hires to set up a fireworks show or anything like that. So I think people individually spend their own money, bring the fireworks out, shoot them off. And, dude, there's hundreds, if not thousands of people on the beach watching that, up in the condos, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Tens of thousands, I'm sure, if it would have observed it. But anyway, we were sitting somewhere between like 75th and 80th Street, and there was a fireworks display to our right and a fireworks display to our left, and both of them were going ham.
Really?
Like, very, very much enjoyed it. A couple ones I'd never seen before, some new advanced pyrotechnics, But all of a sudden, this dude shoots one off towards the condos. And
it's an errant shot.
An errant shot, and it explodes. And all of a sudden, you see a light up on the other side of the dunes. You couldn't really see it from where we were. And apparently, a bunch of the grass and debris had caught on fire. So a bunch of people ran up and were trying to put the fire out. They eventually smothered it with sand. But thankfully, I was having this conversation with who recently. I was like, thankfully, some people still have fight or flight tactics and understand what to do in intense situations like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I feel like not everybody knows what to do in those situations
I don't
anymore.
think I would know what to do.
You know what I mean? Like, I was racking my brain. I was like, okay, need something to smother it. Should I take our blankets from our fucking what we're sitting on and just go throw it over there? And I'm like, nah, probably not. That's a poor idea. So I kind of went over and checked it out, and there were already people shoveling sand onto it. So, quick thinkers. But back to hospital in July, that's kind of where the story was going. I'm surprised nobody got injured from that, but I'm sure people got injured from a multitude of other drunken things.
Dude, did you see the statistic in New York this weekend? It was the first July 4th that they've ever had without any murders on July 4th or like any sort of terrible injuries.
Really?
Yeah. So for them, it was really tame. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. That's unbelievable.
It's the first time in history it's ever happened. It was like one day, and it was July 4th. Isn't that wild?
That is crazy. I wonder what the catalyst for that would be. Maybe just everybody just was like, all right,
having
not
a great
time.
Kill
anybody
yeah.
today. Yeah,
they're having a great time. No fireworks injuries either. It was like a really low-key weekend.
Wow. Wow, that just blows my mind. I wonder what the likelihood of that happening is.
Well, it's never happened before, so I'm pretty sure it's unlikely. I always think on like July 4th when I see all like the fireworks going off. Have you seen Joe Dirt? Have you seen the scene where he's like just ripping the names of the fireworks? I think about that every year.
Oh my God, I'll have to pull it up. Well, I'll cut in 30 seconds to our cameras right here. I'll pull up the scene. But dude, I haven't seen that in
Oh, you gotta watch it on July.
10
You watched it
years,
on July 4th. It's
10
great.
years. Well, I haven't seen it as an adult. I watched it probably pretty like too young to understand a lot of what was happening in the movie, so it doesn't stick with me. I think so. I'll have to rewatch it. That's
worth a revisit for sure.
Yeah, I remember laughing my ass off at that one, but it was never available. I'd have to get a DVD, and I guess the PS4 is a DVD player.
Yeah,
so we can rock that, but. Yeah, I always forget, like, I only have access to streaming service movies, and I'm like, fuck, I really want to watch this movie, and it's not available anywhere, so what do I do? Pirate Bay? I don't know.
Dude, I don't even remember the last time. Like,
I don't need to pirate a movie because I'll just watch something else.
Yeah, it's just like, does it take that much effort to, like, go online and find a site and then, like, fight all the ads that pop up?
Right.
I was like, I'll just watch the thing next to the thing that's not available.
Right, the next closest thing. Yeah, we get... too many options, a plethora of options, I feel like sometimes. Sometimes that makes me not pick anything at all. I'm like,
I know.
You know.
You like spend so much time trying to like look for an option and it's like, I don't even want to watch a movie anymore.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything in theaters recently? Grace
and I went and saw Gladiator 2.
Oh, how's that?
I was not impressed. So this has been my problem with a lot of recent cinema in general. It seems almost overproduced. Like, we just finished Andor, and it seemed almost like they wanted it to be Game of Thrones, drama-esque, with all these long, panning camera shots and intense angles and intense scenes and moments of, like, intense emotion. I keep saying intense because that's what I think they were trying to portray.
Yeah.
All these things, and it was crisp cameras, whatever. And that's just not Star Wars to me.
Right.
You know? Same with Gladiator 2. Like, the CGI and the effects and, like, the quality of everything, it just looked too good to be real. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Roman Empire, like, these guys fighting in a pit. And the worst part is they just basically retold the same story.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he was supposed to be, the, like, long-lost son, but he came back and got captured and then was enslaved and had to fight his way out. I'm like,
so it's the first
movie.
I
was like, wait, didn't this happen
We've
already?
Seen this. Yeah, I didn't really, when I watched Gladiator, the first one, which was awesome, I was like, I don't really see how they can make a second one.
Russell Crowe, baby.
I love Russell Crowe.
He was on the Rogan podcast, and he said every time he visits Italy, people will come up to him and be like, thank you. Like, for being the Gladiator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for that. He's like, I didn't even know what to say. He's like, I was so taken aback by people and, like,
oh, wow,
enjoying that. Yeah.
I thought you were about to say, like, oh, we went and, like, wiped our hand across the field of wheat where you did it in Italy. I thought that was like,
no, they absolutely love him for that. So it'll be interesting to see what the reception for this new guy. I forget his name. But he's like I don't think he's a super famous actor.
I don't really know much about him, to be honest.
To be fair, it was cool. The naval scene, loved that because most people don't know that was part of the Coliseum. They flooded it and they had naval battles in there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Which was super neat. But they had like, they put like fucking sharks in there and like all this shit and they would jump out of the water. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, I'm like,
was it distracting?
I was like, yeah, but it was cool. And then it was not cool. Like, just, I don't know how else to explain it. I think I'm doing a poor job, but like.
No, I get it. I totally get it.
It was not, maybe I put too much into it having seen the previous one. And that's my issue with a lot of movies with sequels or trilogies or whatever that deliver a similar storyline. I'm just, I saw this already. I want you to do something else.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, if I'm going to go to the movie theater, I want to watch a movie that, like, I want to sit down, like, get a drink, get a huge bucket of popcorn, and just, I want the sound to, like, blast me into next week. And I want it to be, like, an experience.
Yes.
I think that the last time I did that was Top Gun 2. But since then, I was like.
That was a good movie.
Oh, that was so great. It's the only movie I think I've seen, like, 2 or 3 times while I was in theaters. And people were like, oh, that movie sucked. I was like, no, that movie was awesome. Everything about that movie was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't, like, had like the want or desire to like go back to the theater and be like, I have to see this movie. That's not true. I saw Oppenheimer in theaters, which was great.
Oppenheimer was a great movie.
I just thought about that for a second. I was like, yeah, that was great.
Oh yeah. I didn't see that in theaters. We watched it once it came out, watched it at home. Movies that I would love to see in theaters for the first time: Interstellar, Inception.
Yep.
What are some other really good ones? Any of like the mobster movies, Goodfellas, The Godfather.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Oh man, what else, dude? I watched so many good ones recently because like I'll just go on the IMDb, which I don't know. Maybe
you a fan of? Not a fan of?
I don't know. I like the user ratings because that gets a broader scale of appeal. The critic stuff I don't really fuck with as much because it's more objective. Like they're looking at it through a lens of being like a film critic. I'm not. I want to know if the mass population enjoys the movie because I'm going to be more likely to enjoy the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Dark Knight.
Anything
with what's his face in it. I got a mental block. I say this every time. Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Christian Bale. Anything that he's in, phenomenal. Fight Club, I would see. Any of Tarantino's movies, I would do. But like, I don't know. I'm just not enthralled by a lot of the new movies coming out. It seems like repetitive storylines, stories that have already been told, sequel movies, Fast and Furious 15 or Jurassic World 5. You know, they keep producing these lines of movies. Ones. Yeah, and I'm just like, I want something different.
So what's your opinion on the they just released the date for Odyssey? It's Nolan's new film.
Oh yeah,
so next summer.
I'll go see that.
Yeah,
I saw.
You a big Nolan guy?
I do like Christopher Nolan. Obviously the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm trying to think of my other favorites.
Well, you said Inception.
Inception is him.
Do you like Tenet?
Tenet. I don't think I've seen that. Is that the one with? Oh my God, Castaway. I would watch in movies.
Oh,
is that the one with? Why can't I remember his name? Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks. Is he in Tenet?
No.
Or is that somebody else?
Someone else.
Okay, so I'm thinking of something different. What's the premise
of
that one?
Denzel Washington's son, and then Robert Pattinson's in it.
Oh, okay.
And I like honestly couldn't explain to you what the movie's about because I watched it once. I was like, I didn't understand Inception, so I was never gonna get Tenet at all ever.
It's a mindfuck. I love that in movies.
I don't even know. I mean, yeah, it's a total mindfuck, but I don't know how to like understand it. Like I'd have to go like watch a YouTube video and then someone have to like walk me through it step by step in order for me to get it. But it was pretty cool. I mean,
interesting. I'll put that on my list to check out because I like things like that. I like.
Yeah. Do you like psychological thrillers?
Yes. I don't like horror, but I love psychological thrillers.
It's like a movie with a nice twist.
Yes.
So like absolutely. You love Usual Suspects.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, are you kidding?
Shutter Island is a good example.
Oh, well, The Usual Suspects like made like the psychological thriller.
Really?
Yeah. It has an awesome twist.
What era of movies is this? Is this like...
This is probably like...
our childhood or before?
This is probably early to late 90s. Kevin Spacey's in it.
Okay.
And then why can I not remember the other guy's name? It's got like the really famous lineup scene in it where they're all like cracking up. I'm sure you've seen like a clip of it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
But it's got like the greatest twist, I would say. in movie history. I'm not going to spoil it, but like,
okay, no, I appreciate that.
Usual Suspects, great. Memento is the other Nolan one.
I haven't seen that one either.
Oh,
what am I missing? What am I missing?
But Shutter. If you like Shutter Island, you should go check out these other ones. They're so good.
Absolutely, I'll put them on the list. As soon as I re-listen to this in about a month and a half, I'll try to remember them after we get off of here. I'll put them on. I'll
just text you.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Have you watched this? Maybe I'll put a countdown on it. Be like, if you don't watch it by this date, I'm going to tell you what happens.
Are you on Reddit?
I've been trying to get into Reddit like a lot.
There's a bot that you do ! Remind me. I'll do that. Remind me 30 days, and then it pings you.
Dude, you might have to give me like a tutorial on how to use Reddit because I feel like I'm not using it to its full extent.
I hate like the popular and the latest page. I don't like the algorithm generated content. So I follow a lot of subreddits that I enjoy. I read way too much of like, am I the asshole? Best of Redditor updates. It's people looking for judgment online, and usually the ones that come up with a lot of upvotes are like super dramatic stories and like, my baby mama left and cheated on me, but I didn't get a DNA test, and now she's claiming like I'm the father of 3 children.
Oh my gosh.
Shit like that. And like the replies crack me up. So I read too much of that. And then other stuff like Pittsburgh Steelers subreddit, I get a lot of my information about like baseball, the Pirates, golf.
Right.
There's a lot of like golf gear subreddits. So
that's
like,
cool.
Yeah, swing analysis, like stuff like that. So I see people's people post videos of them swinging, and then people in the comments who are instructors or just know a lot about it will be like, okay, keep your elbow in, left wrist needs to not bow as much, shit like that. And
that's
I'm like,
really cool.
I'm like, okay, interesting. So I gather a lot from that. I'm a lurker. I don't really post anything. I just read.
Is that like a Reddit term?
Yes.
Lurking?
Yeah. So that's what I do. Trying to think of other ones. I'm on like Pokemon card value because I collect those.
Do you really collect Pokemon cards?
Yeah, I have almost the original base set. I'm almost complete with that.
Wait, like not the first edition base set, right? Just like the
the shadow.
Are you sitting on like a $30,000 collection?
No. I mean, $1,000.
Yeah,
$1,200. Yeah, and then I have some other stuff that's more recent that could fetch me some money.
So do you do like pulls? I know like that's like super popular.
Dude, I haven't bought a Pokemon card in 10 years.
Oh, so this is like an old collection.
Yeah, I'm just hanging on to them.
I bet it's worth more money than you think.
I sold some of them, but I don't have a lot of the older cards. A lot of them are newer and commons, uncommons, and then I have everything else is sleeves that's worth any money.
God, dude, I remember so vividly. We used to go to like the YMCA during the summer. I think this was probably when I was like 5 or 6. This was like 2002. Maybe not like the base set packs or whatever, but we would go to that card shop down in the village, Dave's Comics.
Yep, I've heard of it.
All the time, and I would always buy Pokemon cards there, and then at Target. Yep. I had probably 2,000, 3,000 cards. I remember I kept them in like the pristine folders and everything, and all the. I think about that all the time now because I'm like, I just wonder what I had in there.
What happened to him?
I gave them away. Like
I'm telling you, man, it's probably thousands, if not more. It depends. Some of those cards, there's specific ones like the Shining Stars, Umbreons.
Yeah.
All the evolutions are worth a boatload of money.
Yeah. Dude,
from like right around that era.
I know, and I remember because like I see people like opening like packs now on like Instagram and stuff, and I just see how much money they're worth, and I just remember like opening these packs because I remember the cover art so well.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my god, why did I give this away? I could have just left it in my parents' attic, and then just like one day went and got it, and it would be worth crazy amounts of money.
Yep. Unfortunately, I sold away most of my big value items, but I still have a lot of collectibles as you see up here, and then I have a bunch of comic books and video games, stuff like that. I have a bunch of the Pokemon Game Boy Advance games too.
Oh, I have all of them. I still have all of them.
Do you really?
Yep.
If they all save, bro, they're worth like $100 a pop, if not more.
I still have. Actually, I have them in my current apartment. I have all of the cartridges, and I was like last year I was like playing it. I don't remember why, but now I can't find the DS that I was playing it on.
Oh, I have a DS and an SP.
Do you
can
really?
Borrow one, yeah.
I have an SP. I just don't have the DS because what I used to do like back in the day was like when you could migrate Pokemon from the GBAs to the DS games.
Yes.
Oh, I spent hours and hours doing that. But yeah, I have all of them. I have like fire red, leaf green, gold, blue, silver.
Oh, you have gold, blue, and silver?
Yeah, I have all like the fat ones from the color.
Oh yeah.
I got all those. Ruby, sapphire.
I had all of those but yellow when I sold them all. I had crystal, silver, gold, blue,
Crystal,
red.
that's what it was.
And I forgot, and I never had yellow, but I've told this on the podcast before, but I bought and sold a lot of stuff at flea markets, action figures, video games, trading cards, stuff like that when I was in high school. And I dumped those off for gas money or whatever, and I'm kicking myself.
God.
Yeah, but I still have all the Game Boy Advance ones because those are the ones I played when I was young, and I remember having the SP. I still have my original one that I got when I was like 8 years old or whatever, and I have fire, red, leaf, green, ruby, sapphire, and emerald.
That's sick.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
I want diamond and pearl though.
I have those.
Yeah, I might have to borrow them from you, bro, to play through.
My like childhood save file is still on my diamond though. And it's like just an absurd amount of hours.
Oh, I'm sure. Unfortunately, I bought that one right when it came out, and I beat it in like a week. So I traded it back in for another game, and I'm kicking myself because I never bought it again. Yeah.
I always think about like how like your parents would tell stories like, oh, when you were kids, like I would do this, and I'm gonna tell like my kids. Yeah, I used to go to GameStop, and then they would like plug my DS into something, and it would give me a new Pokemon, like as like an event.
Yeah.
Like I'd go there for midnight releases. I'd be like, you're such a dork.
Dude. Now everything's just accessible via digital download. You just download it, automatically downloads your system.
Nobody knew the hype of like getting your mom to like stand outside of GameStop with you at midnight when Call of Duty came out because you couldn't buy the M-rated game when you were 13.
Yep. I
don't know how I got my mom to do that, but that was
everyone, bro. Black Ops 1 was my first Call of Duty. I got it with the PS3 in 2000.
Dude, that was a good one.
11, 2012. I can't remember.
I was in sixth grade when that game came out, I think.
And I got the PS3. The reason why I was able to convince my parents to get me the newest next-gen system, we had a PS2, was because there was no online service charge.
Yep.
Xbox was $5 a month.
Uh-huh.
So...
Is that all it was? $5 a month? Yeah. Xbox Live?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So I was able to talk them into that for Christmas and my birthday, I think. I got a combo package. And I remember the next, like, 4 or 5 years, every November or October, they eventually switched up the releases. 11 o'clock, I'd pre-order it, go down, get somebody to drive me down there. And I was always so fucking jealous of the kids at school whose moms would let them, their parents would let them stay home and game all day.
Dude, yeah. I asked my mom, I offhandedly was like, yeah, so-and-so is staying home today. And they're like, for what? Is he sick? I was like, no. He got the new Call of Duty.
Black Ops 2 just came out.
They're like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Never talk to us about that again. I was like, okay, noted. Never going to do that again. But yeah, that era of time like was so great. And I still have a lot of those games. I mean, I just found you said PS2. I just found my PS2.
Yeah, what do you have on there?
Oh, the best game ever, which is Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yes, I have both of those, man. Phenomenal games.
Oh my God, they were so much fun. And then I have like a random Madden from like 2003. And then all the Ratchet and Clank games.
Nice.
Which were just so fun.
So that's the goal or one of the goals for the podcast room. I'm going to get, so I have 2 monitors around the house that have the AV inputs.
Uh-huh.
So once I get my room a little larger and I can set it up, I'm going to build out like an entire like package for game systems and TVs and then come over and play them. My favorites of all time are probably the Spyro the Dragon series, if you remember those.
That I have a skin on my SP of Spyro.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I have 1, 2, and 3 for the PlayStation 1, and then I have Enter the Dragonfly for GameCube, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But that was that gen. And then I have oh my God, I have one for the SP. It was like Fire and Ice or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Rhinox Rage or
That's
something.
the one I had. That's my first introduction to it. It was great. But I'm sure like you go back and look at the graphics and you're like, I can't believe I love this so much.
And something that oh my God, I can't remember his name. Vincent clued me in on the composer for the Spyro the Dragon series. I'm pretty sure is the drummer of Fish.
What?
Yeah. Maybe I'm getting that wrong, but he was a drummer for like a large band or an artist of a large band. I'm sorry, Vincent, if I'm misquoting you in episode 22. Good plug, everybody. Go check it out. Episode 22 with Vincent. Phenomenal episode. One with his band is releasing probably in August-ish. But yeah, dude. Oh my God, that brings me back. Yeah, I'm gonna set it all up. We'll get going. I have probably, oh man, I probably have 100 games in there, but like they're various titles. I lost my Melee for the GameCube.
You're kidding. That's
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
So you lost the best game for the GameCube.
Know. The one that I do really want right now is Super Sluggers. Mario Sluggers.
Baseball.
Yeah, Mario Baseball.
That game is awesome.
Yeah.
Mario Soccer, Mario Tennis, any Mario sporting game.
Phenomenal.
I don't know what they were doing at Nintendo, but they were just like, let's just make this the best sports game ever.
Do you have a Game Boy Color?
I do.
I have Mario Golf, bro, for the Game Boy Color. You should borrow that and play that shit. Unbelievably fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there. I'll have to find it.
For the Game Boy Color?
For the Game Boy Color, I have Legend of Zelda. What's the red one?
Red one.
The red one for Game Boy Color. I have that one as well. I have NBA Jam like 99. I have Spider-Man. Yeah.
All those games also came out when we were like 2, and we got them when we were 8.
Right, exactly. Just buying them at the trade-in store or whatever. We had a local one called Game Traders Club, and then we had a GameStop. But I always went to Game Traders Club. It was always about small business, even from my youth.
So did you tell yourself? Until Black Ops came out, you're like, I'm going to GameStop.
No, I got them at Game Traders Club.
Did you really?
They got the midnight release, so I would go there.
Oh, that's sick.
But now I own shares in GameStop, so now I need to not talk poorly about.
Were you part of the Wall Street Bets crowd?
I owned it for a little bit. I sold too early. I didn't get in it enough. But one of Grace's sister's boyfriend's buddies was telling me about. I think I scheduled him for the podcast. He'll be on here to talk about it. But ever since that happened, GameStop has been massively undervalued because of their balance. Yeah, their balance sheets, what they're doing as a company, what they currently have, like their total asset value.
So it's going to happen again?
But the problem is all of these long-term contracts that the hedge funds have on it are driving the price down because they're trying to get it to go all the way down to a point where their short will execute and they'll cash out.
Yeah.
So I'm not super financially savvy. I understand it to a degree. But we'll have him on here. He'll explain it. Another good plug for whenever that episode comes out.
Oh, that'll
I'll tell
be
you
good.
all about it.
Little finance episode.
Yeah, so I can't shit on GameStop anymore. I own shares of their company, so not allowed.
That's good. You're ethically sound podcaster. I can't shit on GameStop because I own GameStop.
That's right. It's my own personal interest. It's like stock trading in Congress, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I just vote on what I want because it'll make me money.
I like money.
Oh, that shit pisses me off. But yeah, dude, video game collecting. That's so awesome that you have all those. I did not realize.
Yeah, dude, I found them in I thought I'd lost them so long ago, and I found them in a bag in my like a coat closet at my parents' house when we were moving out. It was in like a U-Crops green, like reusable bag.
Yeah.
And it was like my DS, my SP, and then like a PS2.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And then of course I brought it to my apartment. I was like, Carmen, do you want to play this? And she was like, no. All right, well, I'll just live under the bed for the rest of my life.
For the uninitiated out there, that's hundreds of dollars worth of retro video games.
Which is just so random that I'm just sitting on.
It stinks, though, because, like, I don't know, I value that. Like, nowadays, like I said, it's digital. I can just go download an emulator in any game I want for any system.
Yeah.
It's not the same as playing it on a PlayStation 1 controller without the joysticks or, like, a real GameCube controller or, like, I don't know.
Do you remember the bags they came in? Did you ever have like a carrying case for them?
I did. So I have one for the PlayStation 1 games, but I never did. I know what you're talking about, though.
I had like a little like Game Boy sack, basically.
Oh, I have one in there.
So you do have one?
Yes. And
it's
an SP one.
You put like your SP in there, then you like put all your games, and you like wore it around like a satchel.
So no, mine's more of like a. It looks like kind of a fanny pack, but it's a rectangle, and it zips open and it folds open.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Game Boy Advance, I think, on the front. Yeah.
We might have the same bag. I'm going to have to look at that after we finish recording because that will send me through the roof. Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
Yeah, those like...
I'll grab it.
Yeah, let me see it.
You keep talking to entertain the viewership.
I got nothing for the people. Tyler's about to pull something out that's... Yes, dude. Oh my gosh. The fact that you just had this on deck.
Yeah, in the other room are all the not the SP, the Game Boy Advance Pokemon games.
Oh,
because I got custom cases made when I was collecting to display them at our like flea market stand.
So you lost a lot of money at the flea market in retrospect.
Bro, I probably broke even, if not made a little bit. And like I have all of these things from it. You know what I mean? Like,
so that right there.
Yeah, there we go. Sapphire.
Oh, Sonic
what else is
2.
in there? Sonic.
You got also, by the way, Lord of the Rings.
I haven't played that.
Did you ever play it on the PS2?
No, I never had that one.
Oh.
That game. No.
Galador, Spyro 2, Season of Flame.
Season of Flame. Okay. That's
I had this
what I was
exactly
looking for.
Same one. Sonic Advance. Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Yeah, I played that game a lot. That was one of the first games I got.
Oh, Season of Ice, but from Spyro.
Oh, so there's two of them in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then High Heart, Major League Baseball 2003.
Nice. I remember that one too.
Tetris. This must have been like come with the game.
Probably. So the Game Boy Color games aren't in there?
No, they are. They're in a different little section.
Okay, so we haven't gotten them out yet. Okay, perfect.
So
I was worried that they weren't in there, man. I would have freaked out.
Yeah. It looks like, is this the clear ones? Oh, that's so cool. This is your Mario Golf one. That's pretty sick. The clear cut one. Oh, they're all clear. NBA Jam, Spider-Man, Super Mario's Deluxe, and then The Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
Dude, that's electric.
Yes. The problem is with those old games, the battery runs out.
Dry.
Yeah, it runs dry. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's like if you're good with like a soldering kit, you could figure it out.
Yeah, no, but dude, those games are like, some of them are like $80 games. I'm not trying to fuck up
Absolutely don't
game
mess that
by
up.
trying to solder it together when I have no experience.
You have to like go to like a professional, be like, "Can you help me with my games?" I don't even know if like that's even around anymore. No, I'm not gonna be able to get this back in. You had it packaged so nicely.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it.
I literally have it on my list to reorganize all of that stuff because, again, when Vincent and the Brick guys were over here, I was like, the mic stopped working, and I initially thought, oh, maybe I have another mic cable. Let's test it out. And of course, it was in the bottommost box in the storage closet. So I had to get everything out, put it all back, and so now nothing's organized.
So now it's on the list again?
Yes, it's on the list again.
What else is on the list? Bunch of tasks?
Ton of tasks. Things for the podcast, working on buying PC parts so I can run all the cameras together.
Gotcha.
New mics coming, that was on the list. And then, like, to-dos, like I want to build a website, shoot a promo video, like things like that. Yeah.
I would love to see the website because you just have a Substack right now, right?
Yes, Substack is, and then all my social medias.
Plug.
That's right. slantedaddict.substack.com. But no, we're gonna be slantedaddict.com or .co hopefully here shortly.
Gotcha.
I just like for somebody doing this as a hobby, it's pretty large overhead to shell out for like a decent website hoster.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to buy the domain.
Yeah.
Now and then
hold on to it.
Do that later because that's a yearly thing. It's like $10 a year or whatever.
Is it? That's not that expensive.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So then, like, your hope would be, I think we were talking about this beforehand, but like, get your website, shoot your promo video, and then just start having like do this more or like more efficiently. Like, what's the goal?
I mean, obviously, I would like to sub it out. You know, like let an editor do his thing.
Yeah.
Just be the face and the podcaster.
You put in your time.
I think I like editing it too much. I like the creative control.
Yeah.
I like what I like to put out. You know, does that make sense?
Right.
So I don't want to give up too much of that. So I think I'd like to offload all of the social media stuff. Get all of that done, like all of the promo type videos and shit like the clips. Other people can edit that for me.
Yeah.
I'd just be concerned with editing the raw microphone audio and the video footage.
Right.
And eventually I'm going to be able to swap the cameras.
That'll be fun.
Hopefully. So then that'll cut down the post-editing time a ton.
Oh, because I'm thinking about it like now where you have like two simultaneous videos, and I guess like the more one person talks and then like the quick cuts, the banter, you have to just go back and forth during editing. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So that's what's nice. There's some AI programs that do that, and there's also like it's called the Black Magic. Is it the ATEM? I think is what it's called, and it's like a professional video production kit, and it has all the camera swaps and everything on it. But
do you use AI a lot during the podcast, or like to help you? What's your opinion on that?
What's my opinion on it? I'm all for it. It just in what context is really the key. I think like for us mass population users, we're not getting anything out of it comparatively to these huge organizations, these metas of the world that are paying $300 million salary with $100 million signing bonus for like an open AI software engineer. Like they're getting more out of it, and I think that's bad for us. We don't have the availability to use it for what they're using it for yet. And I don't know ethically, morally, with how much water data centers consume and things like that.
Yeah, I just found that out.
That's tough. But I in general, I would say I'm all for advancement, especially technological advancement. I think we, as a collective people and a collective society, not necessarily just the United States, like the world as a whole, we should be wanting to find ways to increase the human experience, right? Like solve the health crisis.
Yeah.
You know, very broad statement, but like prevent disease, give people better quality of life, less working hours, you know, more time for things that people enjoy. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case, right? Like that's my problem. I want them. I think it's a good idea and a good, not necessarily a good system. It's a program, but like it could be used for a lot of good. I just don't think that it will, and that's my issue with it. Right, and like I use it for a lot of like the description editing and like stuff like that. It speeds up my process greatly, but that's pretty much all I use it for. I'm a question mark on it. We'll see as more comes out about it. There's a lot of interesting takes and things that I see online of like the AGI. I think it's OpenAI's ChatGPT 4.5, I think, has been questioning like human input and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay.
Questioning like human input
here's
already?
Here's where
oh wow, we got to there quick.
Right, yeah. So and with technology, it's compounding. It's the bell curve, man. Not a bell curve. It's exponential growth, right?
Oh,
so
dude,
like
it's gonna go so quickly. You're gonna see it go so quickly, and then you're gonna reach a point where we're gonna get to a point in time where it'll be like, we can do this. Should we do this?
Right.
You know, that's what I always think of. Like, we're going to get to a point really quickly where we're going to innovate for innovation's sake, where it's like, yeah, we could potentially like change this entire system with AI, but like, what would the outcome of that be? Should we actually do it? I think that's where we're going to go really quickly.
It's going to be tough because depending on how they let it develop, in 10 years, my job's obsolete. You'll still have a job.
Hopefully. God.
Yeah, once you get past school. I've heard there's a huge shortage of primary care physicians.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering how like AI would go about doing that, because we had this discussion a lot in our class. And so like, what would the first jobs be to go?
Sure.
And so like an application that's already pretty useful for AI and medicine would be like, if you're in the ER or you're in the hospital and you're waiting for radiology to get back to you on a scan, like you can already submit that image to AI and with pretty significant accuracy, like get the AI to read it, like get it to read an MRI, get it to read a CT scan. And so like, I kind of see like that's kind of the route it would go down. I don't think that they'd ever.
I'm not opposed to that.
Not either. Especially like, so you were talking about like primary care physicians, and we were talking about how if you could just like basically like put an urgent care center in like a really rural part of the United States and just say, okay, this building basically has the power of physician or whatever, and it's just basically be an AI clinic where you go in.
Autonomous clinic, yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to give like your symptoms, basically, blah, 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 do blood work, and then it's going to send like back what you should do and then write prescriptions. I could totally see that being a way to face a shortage. The problem with that is, where does it end, kind of? And then just like the human aspect of it, where it's like, do people actually want to be treated
Right. That's I think my take. We had a similar discussion on the Big Red podcast, and somebody brought up AI. And will it replace music? And the general consensus is yes, but no. Like, people will still be able to figure out what content is AI generated for the most part versus what is human made music. And that's why these guys were so interested, because they're a jam band.
Yeah.
It's frequent twists and turns, and like,
that's why people see it.
Human emotion, right?
It's like, different every time.
Right. And I think getting away from that would be fine for general whatever, because I think sometimes healthcare is limited a lot to the physicians that are seeing people. I mean, I feel like you guys are stressed out. Like, you get 12 minutes to see a patient. What if you guys could see 6 patients instead of 12, get paid the same salary, and spend twice as much time with each patient, because everybody that doesn't have acute, like, serious symptoms can get it taken by some other form of clinic. You know what I mean?
That would be great.
And I think, sorry, I just got to finish this thought. And I also think that, like, the human interaction with a doctor is the most important thing. If you trust your doctor, I think that's huge. Even if an AI program can tell you what you may have, and doctor being able to deliver that, understand what symptoms the patient may be feeling that they can't elaborate on or vocalize. I think those are things that may not be able to be replaced.
Yeah, I hope not, because I think that's a really good point of you're addressing, like, the relationship between a patient and doctor is, like, almost sacrosanct in a sense, where, like, you're ostensibly in your most vulnerable state when you go to the doctor's office, or you're really worried about something, and everyone's had that moment where
absolutely
they, like, go online, type in their symptoms, and they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna die. I have cancer. I have this rare thing. And then you go to the doctor's office, and they're like, no, you're fine. You have this. Right. And then it's like, that's where the trust starts. And then every question you start getting worked up on, and you go see, like, your guy, right? I don't think that they'll ever be replaced by an AI ever. But I could definitely, like, to your point, where maybe we're not seeing 12 patients a day, we're seeing, like, 6, and we're spending more time with them. I think that would be way more beneficial. And I hope that's the direction it goes.
Honestly, for both parties.
Yeah, and I think I hope more people will take advantage of it, just like in the future, because I know, like, a lot of people now will just, like, kind of use, like, the ER as, like, a catch-all system. So I'm hoping AI will, like, kind of alleviate that a little bit. And really and truly what it should be is that if you have, like, general symptoms, and it can be verified through maybe, like, human physician or AI or something, where you can go to an urgent care and not wait for, like, 6 hours to get, like, cough medicine or antibiotics, and then, like, having to go to the ER or something like that. I think that's kind of my hope for it. But then you get into, like, oh, AI can do surgery. Like, it's coming really quickly, and, like, what if it's better than us? Of course it'll be better than us. And then it's like, whoa, if an AI can do surgery, there's probably very few other jobs it can't do.
Sure.
Like, could you imagine if, like, lawyers started, like, using AI, then AI started battling each other, like, in a courtroom?
Did you see the one court case that tried to have an AI appointed lawyer?
Did it work?
No, it wasn't an AI appointed lawyer. It was an AI generated recount by a dead party of the event.
Did it work?
I don't think so.
Oh God!
I'm
See,
not
that's
really
where it's
sure.
going, right?
Yeah. Weird though. Weird, and eventually it'll be able to adapt to the point where it will seem more mainstream, and I think more people will get on board. Same thing with, like, cryptocurrency. Like, I still think it hasn't breached that 50% mark where enough people are comfortable for it to really take off. One thing I kind of wanted to get into is what I've been seeing recently on some social medias, and I've been talking about this with my coworkers a little bit, is access of medical care during disaster type situations or catastrophic events.
Yeah.
What would we do if the RVA water crisis happened again and they weren't able to give us aid for 2 weeks and people started freaking out, doing all kinds of shit? I think medical care might be one of the singular most important things, other than obviously food, water, shelter.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting that you bring that up, because it's like during the water crisis we had.
Twice.
Yeah. VCU and St. Mary's and all the hospitals around are, like, not immune to not having water. Like, they don't have their own water supply.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you had people, like, you couldn't use the water in the hospital at all. They were having to, like, ship in water. And, like, you couldn't do surgeries. You couldn't clean instruments. Yep. It was an absolute nightmare. People were getting rerouted from MCV to other hospitals. So, I don't know. Like, if you had a really big crisis, I mean, I just don't think that we pay enough attention to, like, disaster crises in general. And you just kind of have to hope that leadership, both local, state, federal, is in a spot to, like, help you and, like, is prepared, because otherwise you are hosed and there's nothing that you can do. Yeah. Be, like, independently prepared for something, like, catastrophic. Like, know how to do, like, the essentials of boiling water, making sure you have, like, all that stuff. I just because we're in Richmond, I guess the water crisis came up, but
yeah,
like the flooding in Texas or something like that. Sure. And just, I mean, you could prepare infinitely for that, and then just you're just screwed.
Your home's gone. Yeah,
it's gone, and it's like I don't know what you do about that, or like the California wildfires, where it's just like, okay, well, maybe you could have been more prepared, maybe you couldn't have been, but it's like you still had a massive fire and destroyed, like, everything. So now what?
The only way to adequately prepare for situations like that is to have a shitload of money and construct your home in a way that it doesn't. I don't know if you saw that photo of, like, the one house that was standing on that one block in California because they built it a specific way.
Yeah.
Well, no shit. That building cost like $1.5 million, while these other homes were built in 1970.
Yeah.
And are regular homes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like if you talk to, like, a regular person where it's like, hey, this is a possibility. Like, would you like to upgrade or do something about it? It'd be like, no. Like, the odds of this happening are crazy. It's like, it'd be like someone who sells you something that protects you from lightning strikes. And it's, like, super expensive. It's like, lightning's never going to strike me. And then you get struck by lightning.
Right. Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I've been talking about that a lot with other people in the medical community, and it's like, we're not, like, immune to natural disasters. Everyone looks to us like, oh, we have the answers. Like, we're going to be able to help you. And it's like, hey, the hospital doesn't have water. Like, we're really not in a spot to help anybody.
I think people forget that we have privatized healthcare, and it's a business.
Yeah.
Like, on my end, we see medical companies that come to us and are like, hey, we want to upfit this building, or we're moving into here. We want to build a new facility. And it's like they're really, like, determining what costs they can cut and what they need to do, because at the end of the day, they need to operate at a profit, you know. And that's, again, like, should they have disaster relief budget? Yeah, but, like, again, you know, they need to make money. They need to operate. They need to appease the board, the shareholders, and I get that from a capitalistic perspective, but
yeah,
it's tough.
There's a lot of issues with, like, I don't know.
Just playing devil's advocate. Not that I necessarily love the capitalistic aspect of that, but I do believe that privatized healthcare, we have the best healthcare system because it's private.
I think that we have the best like, ability to administer healthcare.
Maybe that's a better way to put it.
I think that this system is trying to play, like, two separate games, and I think we kind of talked about this last time, but I think we're in a really weird spot where we're not 100% private and we're not universal, because it's like anyone can go into a hospital and you will get treated. You will get a bill that will be very substantial, but you will get treated.
Right.
You can go back in the next day and have an outstanding bill with a heart attack, and they, like, legally have to treat you. But then it's like that cost gets dumped to another person, and then another person, and then another person. And we're in this weird spot where we, like, don't treat it completely private, and we don't treat it completely universal. And then you have the problem with insurance companies who just ruin everything in healthcare. And then you have administration costs, which is, like, going through the roof. And then you have, like, increasing tuition for medical school, increasing, like, cost of living. That's just, like, it honestly makes it hard to become a nurse, PA, NP, MD, DO. Because, like, getting there is, like, a really big journey. So you have all these things kind of, like, coinciding at a time where the population is living longer, the medicine's getting better, so people can be sicker longer.
Right.
And I don't really know what they're going to do about it. But I do know that I wish that private equity companies and like conglomerates couldn't just like own hospitals.
Yeah.
I think that the best thing that we could have done is let physician-owned hospitals still exist because
Wait, they cut that's been cut out.
I think that was like part of the like, Sunset deal. I don't remember what it was, but like it used to be where you could like a group of physicians. So like I don't remember what this. Don't quote me on this, but like a group of physicians could like own and operate the hospital.
Sure.
And then that like became illegal. I don't really understand why, but
sure.
So that's like when the really big administrative costs came in. So like if there's this graph that came out, I wish I could pull it up. Maybe I will later, but it was like salary of physicians and other healthcare workers compared to like salaries of administrative workers. Basically since like 2001, like physicians have like flatlined.
Yeah.
And then the other one's like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's like you always hear like, oh, the CEO of this hospital is making like $14 million a year. Like, okay, that's great. So is his like assistant or like the CFO and all this other people and then all the other issues we just talked about. And you're just like, you just kind of like hit your head against the wall, especially for us who's like in it. And you're like,
yeah,
I'm cleaning up someone's like blood and this person just puked. And I like just called the time of death for this one patient. And it's like, oh, you haven't reached your bottom line yet? Like, sorry, I don't know what you want to do for me.
Oh, man. No, I feel for you. My sister's going through that process right now. She just finished her undergrad. She's taken a year in the UK to play field hockey before she takes her MCATs. But like, it's not even such a large monetary investment. It's time too. You know? For somebody like me, straight out of college, or somebody that didn't go to college, if they're earning, let's say, this is on a high number, I think, for median gross income in the United States. But let's say they're earning $60,000 by the time they turn 18. If you can reasonably invest $10,000 of that by the time you're 18 to when you're 28, 29, when you finish med school, you have a, stable career, good job, you find a hospital to work at, I'm pretty sure the compounding interest on that 10 grand a year would probably outweigh the salary for the next 10, 15 years for that doctor.
Yeah.
I'd have to do the math, but
I'll be really transparent. Like I had to take student loans and I take like my first loan, my first year, so this was 2024, was a 9% loan accruing immediately. And it was like, I don't have any chance of paying this off for at least 4 years. So even if I was a resident tomorrow, I couldn't start paying this off at 9%. And then it's like, so you get out of med school and you're at least 250 to 300 minimum of debt. And that's in state. So like out of state,
right,
where the tuition's like 67, 70,000. It's not outside the realm of possibility to like graduate med school and you're like, oh, I'm in $400,000 debt. And then residents don't make that much for how your residency could be 6 or 7 years. You're making 60, 70, 80. And then it's like all said and done, you finally become an attending. You're like, oh, I'm in $600,000 of debt. Or I could have finished college with a great degree. Obviously, this person's very smart, did what you did, and they would like have a house, have a car, be debt free. So it's really hard to convince people that like this is the way to go. And I just don't understand the tuition costs are just getting so out of hand because they only go up. I've never ever seen tuition costs lowered.
Nope.
Like a school would never be like, our tuition costs just went down by 20%.
Right.
It's like never happened.
Yeah, they're not advertising that. They can't. I mean, I don't know, man. I just want to say that I'm extremely happy that we have people like you that are going into that field, man. Like, and
people question it all the time. I mean,
I believe it. But seriously, where would we be without all the medical
AI?
Yeah, right. But like, until that came up, what would we do? Look in the internet for information? Go to the encyclopedia and look up?
Yeah, I really don't know.
You know what I mean? So I think it's incredibly important. It'll continue to be important. And maybe normal everyday residents won't have access to an AI platform like that because the energy is getting sucked up by government sector AI program. You know what I mean? We never really know how it's going to shake out.
Yeah.
And I think it's incredibly important for people to continue on that path, even though it may be really difficult. And I'm thankful that people like you are passionate enough to do so because it's not easy, man.
I mean, that's the other thing. It's like when this like new crop of physicians like finally graduate in the next like 20, 25 years, it's like these are probably like the most dedicated, hardworking people that you've ever met. And like you might have like a bad opinion of a physician, or you caught them on a bad day, but just like know that they would not be in this position if they didn't truly care about like actually administering healthcare. And so that's something that I always like to hang my hat on. And
you should
definitely, when I get down further into my career, hopefully it's successful or whatever you want to call it, but I definitely want to spend time like getting people to come into the fold.
Sure.
And I want to make it easier for people, because it's like the whole process is so stressful. And you'll see it with your sister. It's just like you take all your undergraduate classes, and you have to be like the most perfect little person, and you have to do the scribing, and you have to do the research, and you have to do all that just to like get an interview at a school. And then you have to essays, and like, what have you been doing, and like, why do you want to be a doctor so bad, like kind of questions. And then you get into school, and it's like you have to do that all over again to get a residency, and then you have to do that all over again to become an attending. And it just so you'll see the journey is fairly tough.
I'm sure I'll hear about it. And that, I think that due process is there for a reason. We shouldn't let anybody
I totally agree with that.
Become a medical care professional, right? But like, again, the entry needs to be a little bit easier. You shouldn't have to take on $400,000 in loans to become.
I think that's a big barrier to entry for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially because, like, I mean, I've had a lot of support in my life, and I don't think I would have been able to do it without like my parents and my friends and like emotional, financial, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of people that don't have that are much smarter than me and probably would have been fantastic physicians. They've been fantastic lawyers, anything like graduate school related, brilliant businessmen, like anything like that. And just the costs of going to these like high schools are just like, you see this whole generation of people who are like, oh, I can just go make X amount of money on like TikTok and like drop shipping, or like, I don't even know what people are doing. I sound like such an old man.
Both of those things. No, dude. I see the drop shipping shit all the time.
Yeah,
I try to do that for
this is how I made $10,000 in one day. And then you're just I'm sitting there on Instagram, like after doing like 1,000 flashcards, being like, why don't I just make $10,000 a day? And so I think that like the monetary investment into it is entirely too high, especially when there's like so many other options that maybe not be as fulfilling, but you probably can't see that at that point.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember we talked about this last time, and it's still tough. I mean,
I'm sure that it will be, man. And that's the problem. Barrier to entry. That's one other thing I wanted to bring up. I feel like not enough general medical knowledge is taught in schools. I don't remember having maybe one CPR class when I was in like middle school, but like I'm CPR certified. Like I took first aid and all that stuff, and I get that updated semi-yearly or biannually because I have to as a contractor. But like I would probably do it anyway. Right. I mean, honestly, I think it's good knowledge just to remember in case of an emergency. But I think even general health and wellness is not taught in
nutrition.
Yeah, in what is it? Primary and secondary school, is that the correct terminology?
That's like elementary, middle school.
Yeah. That's what the English. I'm stuck in Harry Potter. That's what the English call it. But you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's just not enough. I wouldn't say information, because obviously we live in a digital age, and you can have access to
There's not enough emphasis on it.
Yeah, because people don't realize your general health affects you every single day. Every day you wake up and your arm hurts because you twisted it 2 years ago and didn't go to the doctor to get it looked out. You probably have muscular issues. Your muscles grew back in the wrong way because they're compensating for something else that was going on in your body, or you fell down the stairs, or this and that, and you have a small fracture that gave you a bone spur because it overhealed. You know, all these things that like
catch you later in life.
Yeah. And people don't realize that. And then by the time they're 60, 70 years old, they're like, oh shit, all these untreated issues that I've had
kind of came back.
Yeah. Now I have a terrible quality of life.
I actually had a dream the other night. This is so funny that you brought that up, that like I had retired, and like I went back to my high school, and I was like, I want to start like a pre-med track here. And like my big goal was to like do anatomy, just like basic anatomy, and like a nutrition class. And then I think it was like physiology.
Yeah.
That would be like my dream. I would love to do that. That sounds like so interesting. And I would like love to get like younger people like more involved in it. And to your point, just emphasizing the knowledge, because it's all out there. Like you can easily go look it up. But like having someone come in and be like, hey, this is something that is really important and can affect you for your life. And like, look how cool all this stuff is. Like, look at all this cool stuff.
Right.
I think that could be like really effective in like longevity.
I agree. I think the largest problem is people don't know where to start. And I frequently have this issue too, you know, when I'm sitting down I'm working on podcast series and I'm sitting down to work on an episode and I don't know what to do first. And I think just having an introduction to that makes it so much easier for people to learn.
Like a direction?
Yeah, any direction. Any sort of like, not even like a user manual, just like, you know, that what comes in like the Amazon packages now, the quick setup process, you know, it takes you 5 minutes. You just need to know the general, what you should be looking for. Oh, maybe we shouldn't be eating ultra processed foods. Stick to vegetables, meat, and some grains. I don't know. There's controversy around that, but you know what I mean? Like the food pyramid has been wrong for years. Like I don't trust anything that they put out anymore. Like
that's so bad. That's like the bit that I can't even get. That's like, oh, but no, you're right. Like it's called like the personal trainer model, where it's like people will go to the gym repeatedly and they'll be like, oh, I'm just like gonna work out this today. I'm gonna work out this day, and then
that doesn't get you anywhere.
Someone comes in and be like, this is your plan. Like you need to follow this plan, and then it's like, oh my god, I'm like muscular. I'm feeling better. It's the same thing with anything where it's like if you don't know how to start or like do it, and then someone's like, here's your roadmap.
Right.
Follow it. Like, and then lead it to where you want it to lead to. It's so much more effective.
Yeah.
Or like, you could go to a kid and be like, eat healthy, and be like, I will eat healthy. I know exactly I'll eat my greens and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And then whether or not you had like a nutrition class and be like, this is like what you should eat for a week.
Right.
We actually had a really interesting class where we were learning to manage diabetes, and we had to like prick our fingers, wear like a monitor for a week.
Oh yeah. That was probably super interesting. I love to see my blood work come back. I got to tell you.
It was so stressful. It completely controlled my life for like 14 days because like I was wearing a continuous glucose monitor, and it was in my arm, and I had it on my phone. I would literally hold it up while I was studying, and I'd watch it spike and go down. It is terrifying, and it completely changed the way that like I ate. I was like, all right, carbs gone. I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm not like sugar. Like I would eat like a Sour Patch Kid, and I'd watch it just like spike really quickly, and be like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. And then like I get stressed out, and then I'd watch it spike. Yeah, so that glucose monitor thing was crazy. But to that point where it's like, that would be like my roadmap.
Sure.
Where it's like, hey, you might think that you're being healthy, but this is like actually what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, that was a really stressful week for people.
Tell me more about that. So like, God, I can't remember when this was. Maybe a year or two ago, I was really heavy into like Paul Saladino, and he's the seed oil guy, which I don't know if this might upset some people, but I think he's honestly putting out more harmful content than he is doing well, because I think he's a social media manager platform now. I don't think he's necessarily a health expert.
Yeah.
Not to say he's not eating healthy, and whatever diet works for him might not work exactly for you. You have to test that out. And I think that was heavy on blood glucose. And I was like, oh my God, I want to get like a monitor. I want to track all my meals and do all this. And then ADHD, I mean, I forgot about that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like 2 hours after I thought about it. But that reminded me, I just wanted to know of that experience. Like, I'm just very interested in it for somebody that's not, you know, type 1 or type 2 diabetic. What's that, like, what it's like?
Well, like, the point of it was, like, we were learning about diabetes, which is obviously really prevalent.
Sure.
And I think a lot of people that come in with diabetes, physicians treat really flippantly, like, oh, you have diabetes, it's really run of the mill, like, this is what you need to do, blah, 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 and, like, kind of brush over it. And so they're like, you're going to learn what it's like to eat like a diabetic, prick your fingers, deliver insulin. So we had, like, little, like, insulin shots.
Was it just saline?
Just saline, like, put it right in your stomach, and like, you're going to gain empathy for, like, the people that you're just, like, blanketly saying, do these things. And, like, on the first day, there was, like, 2 or 3 people that were like, I'm a diabetic. Like, I have to go get insulin, like, today. Like, my levels are high enough to the point where, like, there was, like, an endocrinologist there. She gave out, like, 1 or 2 appointments on the spot. We're like, you need to come see me, like, ASAP. But yeah, so like I was wearing a continuous monitor. I was looking at it all the time. I mean, it's so wild, like how your body reacts to certain foods.
Sure.
It's all different. So like for me, like rice was like a huge spike in glucose.
Really? Dude, I eat a lot of rice.
Dude, but it's like, it's different for everybody.
Sure.
So like there's like an index of like how quickly carbs are metabolized into sugar, and everybody's body is different. So it could be different. But like if you like ate fatty foods and meat before you consume carbs, it would like slow down the digestion and it's like more healthy. If you went for like a walk afterwards, it like went down precipitously.
Really?
And then, so like we started doing all these tests where it's like 10 push-ups, 10 squats, lowers your blood sugar by like 10 to 20, like right off the rip.
Maybe I need to go get tested or something, bro. I do push-ups in the middle of the day in my office and I feel better immediately.
I mean, it's just physiological because it's like what you're telling your body is that I need sugar in my muscles. Like I'm getting ready to exercise. Squats are even better for you than push-ups because like your leg muscles are bigger.
Yeah.
So it consumes more glucose. But yeah, that was a super, super interesting week. And it was very stressful because there would be some times where I was taking an exam, I was on no sleep.
Yeah.
I was eating like shit. And then I was like, my blood glucose is like terrible. This is awful. Like I got to go to the doctor. And then other times be like, oh, this is normal.
Right.
But I think that actually, you were like, I want to get like wearable tech. I think that will be introduced very shortly into like an Apple Watch or something. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to do it.
So I have the Whoop right now, and I don't have the most upgraded version, but in the new one, they're able to do biological age, which is just a marketing tactic. But I
Brian
think
Johnson.
I think you're right. Yeah.
That guy.
But I think, oh God, I can't remember. It has an EKG. Yep. The new one does. This is just a heart rate and body temperature monitor. Yeah. Which that's all I wanted for. I wanted something that wasn't a smartwatch because I look at the screen way too much.
Yep.
And I get to wear regular watches now, so I get to
that watch.
Another hobby. Thank you.
Watch collecting. We'll have to talk about that in a second.
No. Coleman. My dad is an avid watch collector. Coleman, Grace's oldest sister's husband. Wedding was in May. I keep forgetting that. I almost called him fiance or boyfriend again. But he's episode number 5, maybe. Mm-hmm. Huge watch guy. Really? He gave me this one. I have a blue Citizen, nice. And then he gave us ones for the wedding. So those are the 3 that I have.
Oh, nice.
And then I have one for my dad. That's a big Invicta one, but sometimes I feel like it's too large on my wrist. It's like a 44 millimeter, 45 or something. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Whoop has been fine. I probably won't continue on with it next year. I might try the Oura Ring. I don't know, man. I just want a heart rate monitor.
That's all you want?
Yeah.
And you're just like you don't want the Apple Watch?
No.
So what's wrong with the Whoop? Do you like it tracking your sleep or no?
Yeah, I do. I love the sleep and I love the heart rate monitor. Recovery, yes. That's primarily all I would use it for. And it's part of my FSA, so I can use tax-free funds to purchase it. So I'm saving 30% on that right away. So that's the only reason I do it. If there was a better option, I'd probably go to that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that like the wearable tech market will explode pretty shortly.
For sure.
Like I'm surprised it doesn't already tell you like what your blood glucose is.
Yeah. No, I don't think that it does. At least this version doesn't. But no, Whoop's been terrible, awful customer service. They rolled out the 5. This is the 4.0, and they're like, nobody gets a free upgrade. You have to pay a one-time fee of like $200 for the upgraded band, and then your membership will be renewed on the same date.
So it's the same price.
Yeah, and everybody's like, what the hell? Like, I've been a member for 7 years, and like...
Oh, so they really hosed a lot of people.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate. They're kind of cornering the market because it's really them and Oura hold most of the wearable tech that's outside of Apple Watch.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other. Ringcon, I think, is a smaller one.
Yeah. Fitbit, Garmin.
Yeah. But like those aren't covered by my FSA.
Really?
And I don't want to screen. That's the biggest thing. I don't want to screen.
I think that's why a lot of people are attracted to Whoop in general because it doesn't have a screen. But you still have to look at your phone. Yeah, I had a Whoop for a year and I loved it. I loved knowing the sleep.
Yes.
That was great. I think that was like, I was like, okay, I feel totally different when my like recovery is like above 90.
Yep.
As opposed to like 40.
Yep.
And that was like really impressive to me. But that's probably why I would get it back if I ever wanted to do it again, was because of the sleep. The fitness stuff on there, like I don't really care about.
It's fine. It tracks my zone heart rate, which I like.
Oh, that's nice. I like the zone.
But like, man, when I'm lifting though, like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't need to be looking at all that shit and trying to get into zone 3 for optimal cardio, whatever, cardiovascular fitness. Because like, all I'm really trying to do, I need to walk more. I need to probably run, but run's bad for the knees, man. I need to do that.
You
swim or bike. But I just need to increase aerobic exercise. When I'm lifting though, I'm not really concerned about that. I'm lifting and I'm getting out.
Yeah.
Because isn't it like the majority of your calories are burned in resting state, right? It's like not even 10% of your overall calories burned for the day are taken out by a workout or something crazy like that. So
well, it depends what you want to do. So like if you want to build muscle, obviously lifting. If you want to get like stronger, bigger weights, lower reps. I want to get like more fit, more lean, higher reps, less weight. But like really if you want to burn fat, the best thing you can do is walk, because this is going to sound corny, but like that zone 3, like if you can keep your heart rate between like 80 and 120, preferably around like 85 to 100, that's when like you burn the most fat. Because like the fat in your body is like the most efficient way of getting energy.
Right.
And so, like, when you're really low, like your heart rate's resting, it's not going to burn fat because it doesn't need that much energy. And when your heart rate's really high, it can't burn fat quickly enough for that much energy. So that's when you start, like, burning carbs. So, like, when you carb load before, like, running a big race, that's kind of why. So it'll burn, like, the carbs off. But that sweet spot of, like, 85 to 120, that's kind of key if you just, like, want to burn fat. But, like, yeah, that's why people would love to, like, just sit there and look at their whoop.
You want to know something crazy, actually? So, have you heard of M-Sculpt or M? So it's like it's what all those like influencers do. It's like the electromagnetic pulse on the stomach.
Oh my gosh!
So they had a bus that came to our office. They were like touring to all these facilities that rep their tech or whatever.
Wait, that's the thing that like shocks you, right?
Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, so wild. So we have a bunch of how do I put it? It's not like it's like a wellness spa type of deal. They do like IV drips, like vitamin stuff. What else do they do? Yeah, obviously like the sculpting stuff, but it's like a wellness center. Anyway, they came around, they had this bus, and my coworker's like, "Yo, check this shit out outside." And I'm like, all right, let's go. I have 10 minutes. So we walk. I had to sign a waiver, and they did it.
They put the thing on your abs?
They put it on me. Weird, dude.
It kind of hurts.
Yeah, it does. It was just basically muscle contractions.
So we were talking about him earlier, but our buddy Ryan, he bought one of those in college. It was because he was like, I'm gonna get abs when I'm like sitting down, and it's gonna be great. And it like literally, it's so funny, but like just stretched across his abs, and then like you turn it up. Everybody that we knew used it. I don't even know if it works. It probably does work, but like, that is the funniest thing ever. It ended up like we like stuck it on a poster of like some dude, and just like we were like, this thing is dumb.
Sure.
But like everybody's into that. I didn't know that the company was called M-Sculpting, but
dude, and it's a huge deal. They told me before, it's like the equivalent of doing 10,000 sit-ups every 30 seconds or something crazy like that.
That is
and
the
like
biggest load.
And I'm like, okay,
you wouldn't be able to walk.
I'm like, okay, is that? There's got to be some sort of exaggeration, and this shit's got to be expensive, or else everybody would be doing it, because every lazy mofo in any town across America, if this was accessible, we wouldn't be fat. People would be doing that. They'd be spending $10 to go down and get the thing, right? Instead of going to the gym, $10 on a gym membership.
I've always said that we're probably really close to something like that actually happening, because when you think about like what exercising is, like obviously the cardiovascular and the lung capacity thing is different, but if you're just trying to like lose fat, build muscle, like the mechanics of that is not like super complicated. So like something like that where you have like electricity like stressing that muscle, creating the tears, builds back stronger. I could totally see that working. Or like a pill that like breaks down certain muscles. I think we're really close to lazy fitness.
Yeah, which is not my need or want out of my fitness routine. Like I want to play golf. I want to go play basketball. I want to play pickleball, tennis, whatever, what have you. So like that's not necessarily my intention going out there to do it. And like I wonder if that would create instability in specific like stabilizer muscles when you're swinging a golf club or when you're playing an actual sport versus
It
like
definitely could.
moving weight or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like that's a whole realm of like physiology and from an anatomical standpoint that I would never be able to understand.
Craziness.
But like you're talking about like shoulder instability, they are doing a lot of research on like stem cells therapy now. I know that like, that's like a huge like podcaster thing right now to talk about, but I've been reading a lot of papers on it and
I'm big on it, man.
it's incredible. So like my friend who's a dentist who he just went down to Mexico to learn how to do implants.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know why, but like Mexico is like a hotbed of like stem cell therapy and like centers. And the guy who
you can't really do it here.
Not
so.
really. But the guy who was teaching him was like, basically when you do an implant, you have to a lot of times have to graft bone into the place where you're gonna like put this permanent tooth, and that process takes like months to heal. Obviously, you're like taking bone from one place, growing it into another, and he like showed them this way where they can like use stem cells from the jaw, like bore a hole, take some stem cells out of the bone marrow, and then like implant it with the graft, and it like cuts down the healing time by like 30%. It's crazy.
Wow. Both my buddy Hunter and my sister have both had a bone graft, and they both awful experiences.
Oh, it's terrible. It doesn't like it's so unnatural where it's like your body is not going to be like, "Oh, I'm just going to connect more bone to this bone supernaturally." Like that's not what your body is designed to do. It's like I built this bone already. What is that?
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with the lack of stem cell research that we've done in recent years, because I looked at it recently, and I think the big ethical concern is that the dead fetus thing, which is only accounts for like 1 or 2% of actual small researched stem cells. Like a lot of I forget, I couldn't tell you the exact other sources, but I know that it's
a lot of the stuff that I've been looking for is like you have stem cells in your body,
right?
It's in your bone marrow. That's where like all of your cells that like continue to grow, divide, come from. All in your bone marrow, and they're all like, I want to mess up the word, and I should know it. And everyone's gonna flame me for it, but like omnipotent, I guess. Is
that's right.
The top one, and then like it differentiates as it goes down. But like that's where your stem cells are, and like you have them, you can use them. I think that that's like a really really cool area of research, and it helps recovery so much. Like tears, strains, all that stuff that like really brings your body down, knee pain, stuff like that.
Yep, I'm really trying to convince my dad to go to like what is the guy that was on Rogan? I think it was Ways to Well or CPC stem cells.
That's the one I heard about.
So my dad's definitely tore his meniscus. There's fluid and shit. He's gotten it drained. He's gotten cortisone shots. My sister actually got PCP, not PCP. The plasma platelets. PRP maybe, plasma enriched therapy or something like that.
PRP.
Yeah. Not quite PCP.
Not PCP. I'm having a crazy therapy session.
But I'm trying to convince him to at least like maybe explore that.
Look into it.
Yeah, because he's beat his body up, man. He is 54, 55.
That's not that old.
And great shape. He exercises all the time, but like he's had two back surgeries, L4, L5. I can't remember if it was like a bulging disc or herniated. And then he has a rod in his neck. He tore his pec, so had pec surgery, a lot of knee problems. I'm like, just go check it out. Like, see what they have to offer. Like, you know.
I mean, your other option is just like, or you have two options basically, like either just exist in pain,
right?
Get surgery, go through that, or like just go look at some of these alternative methods. Like,
right.
I mean, you can go through it's not that like be like, oh, I can do this. I know that's gonna happen here, or I can like roll the dice and do it with this. Maybe it won't work. Maybe it's like,
well, where are you going? You're back at point A, right?
Yeah,
like, I feel like it can't be worse.
Yeah, and so it's like, and it's not even like to the point where it's like, oh, you're seeing the local like healer who's gonna rub crystals on your knee and like take out the inflammation.
Right.
It's like, no, you're going to a place where they're like
an established facility.
Yeah. Like I'd understand if like you were saying, Dad, you need to go look at this thing where they suck it out with leeches or something. Right. It's like, okay, maybe that's not gonna work. But yeah, like I think that's a super cool area of research. And then like with that, like what they're gonna be able to do and what they've already been able to do, where there's some like reports of like people successfully like 3D printing livers and like pancreases and stuff. Like if we could 3D print a pancreas using your stem cells, diabetes would no longer exist. Like, you could take somebody who's a type 1 diabetic who doesn't produce insulin, and if you could recreate a pancreas, like, you could print it out and then, like, transplant it in.
Right.
You could cure, like, an infinite amount of diseases by being able to do that. That would be insane. It would also, like, fix the terrible transplant list process.
I was going to say, isn't that absolutely horrible?
I don't even understand it. It's so bad because we have altruistic donations. So, like, if you came in and you're like, I want to donate it to this person, like, you can do that. But other than that, like, you just go into a list and there's a community of people that, like, meet every so often, and they're like, this is the order of the list, and, like, these are the people that I guess have, like, recently died, and, like, who is going to get, like, an organ.
Wait, so people decide that? It's not even like a numerical or
not really.
list?
No, there's a list.
Wow.
There's, like, a committee, a transplant committee.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I understand there's probably a sense of urgency in specific cases, obviously, that people may need it before somebody else, but, like, I don't know,
That's what happens. So, like, also,
it's very subjective.
It's really tough because, like, you can have certain matches that don't work, or like certain candidates, and then they have to say, like, okay, well, this person has been, like, doing this in their life and this person hasn't, and so, like, this would be, like, a better suit for this specific organ and stuff. So it gets, like, I would like to think that it doesn't get political. It probably does, but if you could 3D print organs using, like, stem cells, which I'm pretty sure they already can, that would be awesome.
Unbelievable.
That'd be an unbelievable medical advancement.
I need them to figure out a way to 3D print me a massage therapist it has AI. My shoulders and hips from, like, years of sports and poor posture, so bad. I mean, you should see my rotator cuff, like, internal external rotation. It's terrible.
So, do you do, like, these tests?
Oh, yeah.
Can you do, like, the drop can test?
I don't know what that is.
Like the empty can test where it's like you hold it up and then, like, if you take which one is bad?
Both, but right arm.
Can you, like, resist it? Yeah.
No, not at all.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I have, like, very limited range of motion. So this one I can go down to here, not much further, and then I'm back.
Wait, you can't lower it past this?
No, that's it right here.
What about this?
Hold on, I have to sit up.
We're going to do a full, like,
probably
ortho.
not, dude. Like this.
You should be able to, like, flex it all the way. And then,
that's
like,
what I got right here.
If, like, I was doing a test, like, if you had any pain with me doing like this, and then if you hold your hands behind your back.
Oh, yeah. It really poor. Well, I can't. Here, I'll turn around. This is as high as I can get on my back. Oop. That's what I got with that arm.
Yeah, so, like, can you press that away from your back, like, towards me?
Ah!
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I hope people, like, was able to see that.
I don't know if the camera got it, but what I've been working on is a lot of shoulder and hip exercises because I want to improve that area of my life. Because, like,
being mobile. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, it's poor. I mean, years of baseball and then not taking care of my arm.
Does it affect you playing golf at all? Do you feel it when you golf?
Yeah, I feel it in my elbow, my forearm sometimes because I didn't really finish my PT for my Tommy John. I was a freshman in college, made maybe not the best choices, but I think that I'm far enough into my golf career that I've compensated for it.
Oh, really? Like, your swing's been affected by it?
I think, well, the problem is I've always been not flexible at all. This is the first time I can almost touch my toes in my life.
Oh, I can't touch my toes. I mean, everyone makes fun of me. I can barely touch my socks. And it's something I need to work on, but, like, I just have terrible calf flexibility. But everything else, like, I'm fairly flexible in, like, groin, great, hips, great, calves, piss
horrible. No, it's hips and shoulders for me. So I do a lot of my sister. So obviously with the knee issues, she had hip issues too, psoas issues. So a little bit different than what I have. Mine's probably more of like the oh my god, what's it called? It's like not the glute and not the psoas, but it's like the hip flexor muscle.
That's the psoas, and then I should know this. This is so bad.
I literally saw it on an Instagram reel today. Regardless, I have really limited flexibility in those areas of my hip. Mm-hmm. But for her, she was an athlete in college. She played field hockey. So
is it iliocostalis? Is that what it is? Maybe not.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, you could be saying
that
it correctly, and I have no idea. But so she has all her like PT routines and things that she's done. So she had us doing the hip car. I don't know if you know what that is.
Hip car, is that like an acronym or something?
Yeah, I don't know what it's for, but you lift your hip up, you go out to the side.
Yep.
You go, and then you have to lift your leg up this way. And I've been doing them for the past couple weeks.
Has it been helping?
I mean, it hurts, dude. I literally am sore the next day if I do more than like 5. But yes,
Is
I
it
do that in the
hurting less?
90-90s.
Hurting less now that you've done it more often?
I pop less. And I also do, I have a band at the...
pop.
I pop. Oh, yeah.
In your hip or your knee?
My hip. So I do this one at the office, and I'll put a band on my knee and down at my foot, and I'll just sit there.
Lift up like this?
I'll just sit there for a few minutes, let it stretch my hip out, because I'm
down.
like, it's like this, man. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, so like you couldn't like lower it down?
No, so I let the band kind of stretch that. I've been trying to do all these small things to kind of just improve that, but episode 40 or 41 that'll be coming out in the next couple weeks is my buddy Will, who is a personal trainer, and that's what he deals a lot with. He deals a lot with like the like functional fitness almost, and like a large issue that people have, they don't breathe correctly. They don't breathe up through their lungs, and they breathe more into their diaphragm down low. So it actually reduces the is it like the flexion of the rib cage? So like people get in like anterior pelvic tilt, and then what is it? The rib cage protrudes outward because underdeveloped. I forget exactly how it works, but like it's just super interesting because breathing techniques can make a whole world of difference in how your body posture is or whether your rib cage expands correctly, and that's
so like kind of when you're sitting incorrectly or you're like hunched over, there's like there's accessory muscles that can help like move your diaphragm and expand your rib cage, and like the worse that your posture is, your body starts compensating for that.
That's me.
So that totally can happen. But yeah, that's like super important part of just like general health again.
Yeah.
Sitting up straight, breathing correctly, like all that stuff.
I didn't understand that, man. We'll circle right back to video games. I sat forward and I was hunched over staring at the screen. You know what I mean? A lot of stress on my my lats, right? So
dude.
That's what I struggle with now. Like I'm super tight in the neck and shoulder area, but it's from constantly being hunched over.
Yeah.
My shoulders are rounded forward from it too, and that's the inability of the rotator cuff, maybe a little bit of labrum issues too, but like all these, would you call them accessory muscles? Could that be what that's considered? Or
like I was talking about like accessory muscles, like they're really in your back,
okay,
your anterior serratus and stuff like that, where like it helps like it helps you breathe. So when you're subconsciously breathing, it's just like lungs, diaphragm. But when you like take a deep breath in, do you sometimes ever like feel a pain in your back or something?
I have no strength back here. That's the issue. And I train. I do like band stretches for that. But like that, I can feel it because like when I know that I'm sitting correctly, I draw my pelvis back, I contract these muscles and my lower abdomen. And dude, if I'm sitting there for more than like 30 seconds, it starts to hurt because I'm so weak in those areas.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of weird? Or you never even thought about something as like something as simple as breathing.
Yeah.
I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah. It's wild to think about. And like that is the ingenuity in the internet. And that's what I love to see on social media. I would have never found this out if it hadn't been for that. But I also wouldn't have found out the other 7,000 hours of brain rot that I've consumed in the last 3 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like positives and negatives. But no, I think, I don't know. It's tough because some of it could be misinformation too. You never know. It's social media.
Yeah. I'm just like, I feel like people are smart enough to like figure out what they want to believe, and a lot of people believe it contrary to what anybody else says. So like, I don't mind there being just like senseless shit on the internet, unless people are like directly trying to like manipulate people. If someone comes to you and is like, "Oh, I really believe in this thing, and like this is the reason why I believe it," it's like, wow, this person feels really strongly about it, and like this is why they believe it. Like, I'd like to hear about this. Now, if someone just says like inane stuff on the internet, just like to be inflammatory and an ass, it's like, well, I don't have to listen to that because like whatever, and some people is going to gravitate towards that, and that's fine. Same thing with like people who believe the Earth is flat.
Right.
Like, okay, you believe the Earth is flat. Okay, that's great. Next.
Yeah. I'll go to the next thing. I think the largest problem is rage bait. I think, gets so many people. The most inflammatory things are sometimes the most shared or retweeted or commented.
It's so true.
And I'm like, dude, I just, and I'll like occasionally open up comments on shit like that, and I'll see the people that are sitting at their
keyboard. It makes you so frustrated, though.
Yeah, it pisses me off. I'm like, why can't you just have an open mind, or like just accept this for what it is instead of having to argue it? Maybe watch the whole entire podcast episode or watch the whole video. Let them explain themselves before you're quick to have an opinion on it too.
My like least favorite thing is like when I see something that I'd be like, oh, this is really wholesome, and then I open up the comments and it's like, people suck.
Yeah.
People suck so bad.
Yeah.
And just like the comments are just like ripping apart this like kid who posted a video for just like, I don't know, just like on Instagram, and it's like, I don't like people anymore.
Yeah. But then you got to remember that 80% of internet users are bots.
Is that true?
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
really?
above 50%. I know that for sure. 80% might be a little extravagant, but
do you think that people like implement using bots on the internet just to like say that their platform has more users than it actually does?
Yes. I think there's multiple reasons for people instilling bots on platforms. Political prowess. I mean, you see that a lot. You know, the more it gets circulated, the more people's eyes see it, and that's the whole point of that, right? And you have like organizations that, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into the politics and too into the weeds here, but yes, I think they are used a lot to manipulate either political or social ideologies based on whoever's paying the money to do so. And I think they also can be used for exactly that. Ghost accounts following. I mean, there are accounts on X. Sorry, I almost said Twitter.
Shame on
you. that are like, we sell 10,000 followers for $50, and they'll flood your account with these followers. Obviously, over time, some of them may leave, but like some of these large accounts you may see that have 75,000 followers might just be somebody made a $100 investment and then is trying to make it seem like their account is popular. Great example of this, actually. I actually have a perfect example.
No way.
We were at a Washington Commanders versus New York Giants football game in December of 2022, I believe.
Okay.
And we got phenomenal seats. We're right behind the end zone. We're probably like 20 rows up. Kind of situated in the corner a little bit, not quite under the goalposts. And we were all plastered. I mean, like, plastered.
As you do at a professional football game?
Of course. And we're having a blast, a great time. And my buddy Ben was jawing at this one dude in, like, a Commander's Letterman jacket. And eventually that conversation stops, and he goes and messing with, all kinds of other people in the crowd. And security comes to grab him. And this woman behind us was a correctional officer at a prison nearby or something. And she's like, she was also talking to us, like, whatever. And she's like, all right, I got this. She went and grabbed the guy, escorted him out so he didn't get arrested, and then came back. We all followed her on Instagram because she had videos of, like, us in the crowd and everything. We wanted to see it. She had 30,000 followers.
As a correctional officer?
But her account, 12 likes on a post.
Oh, really?
80 views. So her account's been botted, right? Like, so
No
there are
way.
there are ways to tell if that happens. But like, I thought that was a great example. Good story, yeah.
Wait, I want to hear more about this football game.
Oh man, I don't remember much about it, honestly. I remember.
What was the guy doing that got him kicked out?
Oh, he's just being belligerent.
Just being a dickhead.
Yeah, as that tends to happen sometimes at a football game where they serve booze. But no, I don't even remember the final score of the game, man. I remember that, and then I remember taking fireball nibs in the parking lot. Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes. But
oh my gosh! So this correctional officer that actually ended up saving the day ended up having 30,000 followers. Yeah, I don't even understand. Like, I'm too old, and I'm not into like tech or like that scene very much at all. Where I can't even begin to understand that, and I'm sure it happens all the time. Because now, like, you get paid insane amounts of money based on, like, traffic to that account, and I guess followers are a big part of it, I would have to assume. Yeah, that's wild. I didn't know that was really, like, a thing that you could purchase.
So, some context I can put behind it, and this is years ago. I watched a lot of David Dobrik's vlogs back in college, and I remember I can't remember what year it was, but this had to have been like 2019-ish. And he was talking about his brand deals, and he was very transparent about it. And he was like, yeah, like Lululemon, I'm just using examples. I don't know if this is exactly the case. But he's like, yeah, Lululemon paid me $500,000. I had to make 2 Instagram reels, and I had to post once a week for a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that was before TikTok. So once TikTok came out and all these other platforms, creators realized that if they went to TikTok, they make a boatload more money just off of ad revenue sharing and then traffic, like you said.
Yeah.
As opposed to you had to be Kim Kardashian and have 20 million followers to get a brand deal from Nike, on Instagram. So that changed the game with how creators got paid. Same with YouTube back in the day, man. It was straight traffic. So, like, if you were on there early, you could make some serious money. But now they've really tightened the guidelines. They've restricted it. So now you can't get paid as much unless you have a super huge audience.
Yeah. I always think about that. Like, the OG YouTubers that I would watch.
Who'd you watch? Give me some OGs, bro.
I just remember watching like video game videos. So like Machinima, was that a thing?
I don't remember him. I remember like
it was Optics. Like a channel.
I remember Scump and like PewDiePie and who are the other big ones?
I think what was his name? =3 Williams Johnson.
Is that
Smosh?
Why can't I remember the name? They did the H3 podcast. Is that him?
Jenna Marbles was a big original YouTuber.
Yep. Who else, man?
They all made bank. And then you had like the skit guys that came on, like Whitest Kid You Know.
Yeah.
I still quote some of their videos.
Did you have Vine back in the day? Back in the day, that was like 12 years ago. But
big Vine guy.
I'm pissed about that. That was the OG TikTok, man. I was on there. I was making the short form videos. I wonder if that's still on the internet somewhere.
Your Vines? I would kill to see your Vines.
Oh, man. I don't even know what they were, honestly. I remember I was, like 12 years old? So even longer than 12 years ago. But
no, I think it was later.
You think? Yeah, maybe early high school?
I had to have been early high school because I remember my buddies were like super into making Vines. And then they literally deleted Vine. Yeah. And then they like transported it to Instagram because that was when Instagram let you do like really short videos.
Yep.
Because like I guess that was the demise of Vine.
Yep.
Do you also remember? Did Yik Yak ever hit your high school?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't use it in high school. I found out about it in college.
Did you really?
Yes. I think freshman year of college.
It came. It like just like appeared so quickly in our high school, and it was there for 2 days because people were saying the meanest stuff about other like to the point where like you just saw someone crying in the hallway. You're like, yeah, I know what that Yik Yak was about. And then it got so bad within 2 days. The school like contacted the like administrator of the app and was like, can you like geolocate this out of your app? Because it used to be like within a radius of where you were. Like I could see these. It was 2 days. That's how bad it got. Like just a firestorm of just the meanest, most diabolical stuff that you could think of. And everybody's secrets just got outed immediately because it's like, oh, it's anonymous. You don't know who said it. And you're like, I can't believe everybody knows this about me now.
Right. Oh, man, that reminds me of voice chat in Call of Duty.
Yeah, if those records ever became unsealed, like there's a whole generation of guys that would lose their jobs on the spot.
Millions, I bet, of people.
Like, I don't... How much abuse I got. I never had a mic.
You never had a mic?
I always had I always had like on the PS3 you could like plug in the Apple earphones.
Yeah, of course.
But for some reason it would buzz really loudly.
Yep.
So I could listen to everything. I don't remember. I think I actually did buy one, but it was later on. But I just like the meanest, like pretty clever. Sometimes people are really clever with their insults. I mean, like some people are just over the top, just like every cuss word, like they could throw at you. But some people were just like tear you down internally. Dude, most toxic, like you became a man in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Yeah, you did. The voice chat. And you're like a 13-year-old kid and there's like some 35-year-old guy screaming at you.
And
because it's like, you just got him killed and you know, because one kill before like a nuke, 24 kill streak.
That was so golden.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my god! And then the what was it? Black Ops 2 had the emblem editor, so you could make
Black Ops 1 had it too.
Did it? I couldn't remember.
That's when I really first discovered YouTube, because I was like, I'm not creative enough to make something like funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, how to make blah blah blah, and then it just like popped up and showed you how to make it, and like some of those emblems were so creatively just dastardly.
Yeah, because it was just like what, like 20 shapes.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
just
colors,
but you
right?
could like size them and then like overlay them, and some people were like, oh, like made the Mona Lisa. Then some guy was like, I'm gonna make a penis.
Yeah, I think that was like pretty. Half of it were genitals, one part or the other.
Yeah, it's like.
And then you have everybody with their YouTube channels, which was me, of course.
You had a YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, man, my stuff's still on the internet.
You had
somewhere.
a gaming channel?
Oh, of course.
Did you ever post any sick clips?
Dude, I have best clip I ever hit was on Black Ops 3. It was Nuketown 24/7, I think, when Nuketown 2025 came out or whatever, whatever the version of Nuketown it was. And I was playing with the Locusts. I hit a triple headshot collat through a wall.
I mean, that's pretty electric, but it's funny because you're talking about it like we were talking about our golf game before we started the podcast. We're like, I had a 4-iron. It was a perfect 250-yard. I was like,
yeah, dude.
I was using the Locust. I got a triple headshot.
Dude, unbelievable. I mean, I remember where I was in the game. I submitted it to like the top clips guys of YouTube. I got featured on a bunch of them.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, man. It was crazy. Yeah, and I hit a couple other ones. We have like, oh my god, I'll have to show you on YouTube. We have montages, and I have like commentary and all kinds of stuff. A lot of that's still up, or maybe I made it private. I can't
think
remember.
that last time we were on the pod, that you actually showed me your original channel.
Yeah.
Of like, I forget, it was what content. I'm not gonna be able to remember.
Was it Modern Warfare 3? Was it that? Oh man.
No, it was like you and your buddies. It wasn't even like video games. It was like you recording people.
Oh yeah, so that was on, yeah. So might have been the Nest show that I did.
Yes,
yeah. So that's on the same channel. Yeah.
Okay, the Nest show. I knew that was in there somewhere, but I couldn't remember what it was.
The Nest. Yeah, I thought it would be funny. I should have kept doing it. I should have kept on keeping on with the Nest show. I was like, you know, it'd be hilarious if we made a sitcom and I just followed us around with a camera.
It would have worked, probably.
Yeah, man.
I wonder like how many people like had the same thought right before they made it big. It's like, I'm just gonna keep doing this for fun, and then it's like, now I'm massive.
Right.
The Nest show could have been like the next big thing.
Hey,
it's Slanted Attic.
That's right. I mean, damn, bro, this will be number like 46 ish.
Yeah. So where are you in the uploads?
38 goes out Monday.
Okay.
Of next week.
Nice.
So 6 days.
So you're pretty caught up.
Yeah, relatively. Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, I'm working on getting them out a little bit faster, hopefully. But bi-weekly release schedule, it's been maintainable, so I'm gonna probably keep that for the time being. But what I was gonna say is I had 10 episodes before this iteration of the podcast of the Slanted Attic, and then I had 5 maybe back in college of the Slanted Attic, where the Slanted Attic was born.
In a Slanted Attic.
Yeah, another plug. You can find that information on slantedattic.substack.com on the About page.
The origin story?
Yeah, the origin story. But anyway, we had a couple episodes there, and then I had it was called Pod Sports in college with Graham. We talked about collegiate sports. So I've been like creating content for years and years and years. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to really work out because, like, I think I said this last time, but it's so, like, this experience is so great, and you're such a great, like, host, I guess.
I appreciate that.
So I think it'll actually be really successful if you stick with it. And I think that the people are really interesting that you bring on, and, like,
yeah, I hope so. Damn, we just talked about, like, 3 things that I wanted to chat with you about. Let's, can I ask you about some, the endocrinologist really quick, and then I'll do the outro?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what we were talking about before we got rudely interrupted by too small of an SD card. Mait had brought up the endocrinologist during the blood glucose study earlier, and that reminded me of the Yuka or Yucca app that I have on my iPhone of all of these things that, you know, ultra processed foods or even like self-care items, lotions, body wash, soaps that have these endocrine disruptors in them.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about that. You may know a little bit more. Can you kind of explain your knowledge on that and why it's harmful for the human body to consume or use these things?
Yeah, I just think that there's like a lot of, I mean, I don't know them like off the top of my head. I couldn't just like rip a bunch of like,
well, highly super long chemical names.
Yeah, I mean, like I just like couldn't do it. But I know that there's like a list of, and like a lot of these chemicals that are used, like the research papers are like in these dosages or like quantities. They're like not particularly harmful, but over time they could be. But what the Yucca app does, basically, for those who don't know, is like you can scan a barcode of something and it'll go through all the list of ingredients and say like, this is a healthy additive, like this isn't, and this is what it does. So like an endocrine disruptor is kind of like an ambiguous term because that just means that like it interrupts some sort of hormonal pathway.
Sure.
Not really sure what it is, but like a lot of it has to do with like sleep or maybe like sexual development or just development in general is like where the most like harmful components come from.
Sure.
But I think that's like a really important part of like doing your own research of like things that you want to consume or put in your body. Like there's stuff that people do all the time that like I know is not good for me. Drinking is one of them.
Yep.
Shouldn't probably drink the amount that I do. I know that's harmful and like I make that choice in spite of knowing that information. But I think that what that Yucca app is doing, and now that we're coming to kind of realize, is that a lot of these products that we're using are like really not great for us. Like an example is they now think that like spray sunscreen, like the chemical in the spray sunscreen is like actually a carcinogen, which is kind of a hilarious irony. But like stuff like that happens all the time. And then like the companies that do it can get away with it because in these particular dosages or whatever, like the sample population that they use in the research, it wasn't found to be chemically harmful, even though the chemical in and of itself has been determined to be harmful.
Right. That's wild.
So I think that, yeah, in the future, endocrine will be like a crazy specialty just because like all functions in bodies are pretty much controlled by like one hormone or another.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you learn about medicine and physiology and just like how small like an interaction can happen within the body and then just like have this catastrophic result happen in your life, and then people would never know that happened.
Right, sure.
Is like kind of a remarkable area of study. So when we were talking about like the endocrinologist coming to talk to us about diabetes, so insulin will be considered a hormone, and that's obviously like a very popular one, right?
Sure.
Yeah, that's like the main focus of, I guess, like the majority of what endocrinologists do in particular. But there's like there's hundreds of thousands of other like hormones that your body uses on a daily basis that some of these products can definitely interrupt. And I think that like just knowing that they're out there is a really good start.
Yeah, I think there's been a little controversy with the Yucca app. I need to figure out which way to pronounce it. I need to know at this point.
I'm just gonna keep calling. I'm gonna keep calling it both. I'm gonna alternate Yucca.
I think from what I've heard, there's been a little bit of controversy surrounding it because of the studies used or like the things shown. But my whole premise of these are reputable sources. If more than one's telling me it's bad, or if any's telling me it's bad, and I can what's the word I'm looking for? Like extrapolate on that maybe they are right. I don't need anything more than that. I just want the option to know that, okay, this is probably harmful, most likely harmful.
Right.
I can stay away from it.
Yeah.
I just want the option to know, you know.
Exactly, and I think that some people get really upset where it's like, oh, you're using this as like, you're disregarding like science. It's like, well, not really, but like if you told me that there's a possibility that this thing that like I don't have to consume this.
Right.
I can go do something else. Like is it a 5% chance? Is it a 10% chance? I don't even care if it's 100.
Right.
Like this might be harmful to you. I would rather not just be like, yeah, give it to me. Like I want to take this chance. I mean, there's stuff that like people were all over. I don't remember what it was in Diet Coke, but
Aspartame,
something like that. It was like some sweetener, and maybe it was like the whatever they used in Splenda. I remember Splenda was a big deal, and like
stevia extract.
yeah, and they were like, "Oh, this is really bad for you," and then people were like, "No, it's not," and then it came out that it was not the best thing for you, but like if you had told me like, "Hey, maybe don't consume this, consume something else," like I don't even care if you're 100% wrong. It's like maybe I'll just do that.
Right.
Like why even run the risk?
Yep.
So I mean, I think that a lot of people get upset unnecessarily about where like I don't understand why people are all of a sudden thinking that these things are like going to kill us or being bad for you. It's like we're in an age of information, and it's like I welcome all this information. It's like
agreed.
We use all these products all the time. If you go and look at like the ingredients in shampoo, it's a nightmare, or like deodorant.
Yeah, those are things I don't look at anymore. I do get aluminum-free deodorant.
Yeah, and like people make the argument where I think that like 10 years ago the big thing was like aluminum causes Alzheimer's, which is now like I think has been thoroughly debunked pretty much. But it's like, hey, maybe I'll just use not aluminum to clog up my pores in my arms to be less smelly and sweaty. Like I can just make that choice. Like,
right.
It's not like something that cost me $1,000 for an aluminum-free stick of deodorant,
right?
Or like an herbal deodorant. And maybe I'm just like being crazy or like paranoid, but why do you even care?
Right. And I think part of the issue is what we had talked about earlier, like barrier to entry cost.
Yeah.
I think some of these things that we can use that are better for us are more expensive. And it's like I don't want to get too much into like food and the organics because that's a marketing tactic too, but like healthier grown food, healthier made materials, like natural ingredients, and oh man, they call it natural flavors on all of these things.
Essence.
Yeah, I'm sure that's natural, right? Like it's some chemically produced synthesis of whatever, but like naturally occurring things, ingredients, I think make the best things for us to consume.
Just make it simple. Like
yes.
I don't need, because you can go the other way where it's like I made this bread in a lab and it is nothing but bread. All it is carbs. It's like, and it's $28. Like, well, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But I'm not going to eat like the synthetic, like, oh, this is terrible for me. Like there's somewhere in the middle that I think that people have kind of lost where like the idea of going to a farmer's market and being like, hey, I got these eggs this morning. They're just from a chicken.
Right.
That's it. Or like I got a milk from a cow this morning and that's it. And or like I killed this cow and then here's all the meat from the cow.
Right.
And I just put it and I packaged it and here you go. Like I think that is probably where we should more or less get to. And then I think just using common sense where it's like you don't need to use all these preservatives and ingredients to just, I mean like, I don't know. I get so frustrated when I think about it because I mean, you're ultimately just from a business perspective, if you're like putting in stuff that you know is harmful for the longevity of your food, like you're ultimately like limiting the amount of consumers that you would have anyways.
Well, I feel like the companies controlling a lot of the major food brands also have controlling stake in pharma or
probably
like medicine companies. I think, another one of the issues is we've lost connection with our food. Like we don't actually know where it comes from or where it's processed or who slaughtered the animal, butchered it, anything like that.
Yeah.
And that creates an ability for these companies to come in and be like, I saw a Instagram clip today about when Frosted Flakes or Corn Flakes were first introduced to the market. And it was like, and it was under the farce that bananas are like, your full day's worth of potassium or whatever. And it's like, this is a super healthy and balanced breakfast with these corn flakes and these bananas. And then it evolves over time because they're trying to fill that space because people no longer go to their local farm, get a quarter cow butchered 3 times a year. They're driving to the supermarket and they're purchasing items in rows of aisles, an unlimited selection basically. So now that you've lost that conscious touch with your food, they can now move to the next step and now they can sell us anything they want because you've kind of lost that barrier. We talk about that all the time with people that like to hunt on the podcast,
Oh yeah, I'm sure that drives people crazy. Especially people who like the people who like casually hunt, like I get it, but like the people who are like, I only eat the stuff that like I kill, basically, I bet that infuriates them to no end.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like then they end up catching the flack. It's like, well, I mean, where do you think that the meat that you came from Like,
yeah. Where do you think it comes from? We drove past the Tyson plant on the way to
yeah,
the
it's
beach.
like, are you even eating chicken? Like I'm pretty sure they put a bunch of chicken into like a mixing bowl and then just like it spurts out of a hole and it's like that's your chicken nugget.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's disgusting.
But it's like
disgusting.
the guy that goes and shoots a deer is like, I can't believe you murdered a deer.
Right.
It's like, well, okay, hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you need to listen to any hunting techniques, knowledge, plethora of episodes on the channel here. I know James talks about it in 37. Rachel talks about it in 35 and 13. Mackenzie, I think, talks about it a little bit. He's a beekeeper, but
the beekeeping episode. I forgot about the beekeeping episode. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, Mackenzie's
so
awesome. I got another one with him coming up sometime soon. I've already recorded it. So
aviist. What's it called? Apiary.
Yeah.
Aviary is birds.
Yes,
that was terrible.
Right. That's right. Need somebody to come check out our bamboo back there. There's like 150 birds that live back there.
I saw that a little bamboo forest going on back there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I see that my camera over there has stopped recording Mate's lovely face. Plus, we already went over the SD card time slot. Fun. So I think that's probably our cue to kind of start wrapping it up here. Do you have any other comments, questions, concerns before we
No, man, I always have a fun time coming on here. Whenever you want me to come back, I will. This is always great.
Absolutely. We'll plan another one, another interview. I'll be interested to see how you're doing middle of next year. Maybe
a lot
not
worse.
During your
I'll be a lot less happy during that episode.
Not during maybe any intense parts, but we'll get you over here for a solo shot, and then I want to get Ryan in here with you too. I think that'd be hilarious.
Whenever you want, I can also bring some of my friends from school. Maybe get a different.
Oh my God! Actually, that would be phenomenal. Yeah. Let's do something like that. I'll have the 4 microphones. We'll get a little.
It'll be electric.
Yes, because I feel like I have so many interesting questions.
You do.
Or maybe I don't need to toot my own horn like that. I have so many questions that are interesting to me. You know what I mean? That I want to know.
I think that other people will think that they're equally as interesting. Hopefully, we can give equally as interesting answers or enthralling answers.
Well, if they're anything like the conversation with you has gone, I'm sure it'd be brilliant, man. But really appreciate you coming over here.
Thanks for having me. This was a blast.
In the studio, baby.
In the studio.
Yeah, that's right. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. I think we're probably almost at 2 hours here. One of the longer podcasts on the Slanted Attic Experience. You can find us on all of your traditional social media platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. We even have Substack now. So come check us out at Slanted Attic, slantedattic.substack.com, slantedattic.com coming soon. I don't know if I missed anything, but I think that's it.
Sounded pretty good.
All right. Appreciate you, bro.